Elias Boone was not a man. He was a conduit, a vessel for visions beyond human comprehension. He saw things others couldn't, felt the tremors of a future unseen. His eyes, a deep, unsettling blue, held the weight of 1,000 lifetimes. In their depths, the world unraveled. He lived a life shrouded in shadows, haunted by premonitions. Whispers followed him, voices from the abyss. He knew things, terrible things, things that chilled him to the bone, and the worst was yet to come. It began with a dream. A serpent vast and ancient coiled around the world. Scales shimmered, emerald green and obsidian black. Its single eye, a burning ember fixed on Elias. He felt its power, raw and primal, echoing through his very being. The eye opened wider, revealing a swirling vortex of fire and shadow. It spoke, its voice a rumbling tremor. "I am the beginning, I am the end, and I am coming." Elias woke, bathed in sweat. The image of the serpent seared onto his mind. The visions intensified. He saw cities crumble, skyscrapers reduced to dust. Tidal waves crashed against the shore, swallowing entire coastlines. The air crackled with energy, the sky ablaze with a sickly green light. People screamed, their cries lost in the cacophony of destruction. He saw their faces etched with terror, their eyes reflecting the end of the world. He felt their fear, their despair, their hopeless pleas for salvation. Night after night, the serpent haunted his dreams. It devoured the world, leaving nothing but ashes and silence in its wake. It spoke of cycles, of endings and beginnings, of a hunger that could never be satiated. The visions were not just glimpses of the future. They were a window into a terrifying reality, a reality where humanity was nothing more than a fleeting thought, a whisper in the cosmic void. Elias tried to warn people, but who would believe a man who spoke of serpents and apocalypses? He was labelled a madman, a charlatan. His words fell on deaf ears. The weight of his premonitions threatened to crush him. The visions became clearer, the details sharper. He saw dates, times, locations. He saw the faces of those who would suffer, those who would perish. He knew he had to act, even if it meant sacrificing his sanity, his freedom, his very life. Section 6. The Court of Fate. He took his case to the highest court in the land, a place where power resided and justice was supposedly served. He stood before them, a lone figure against a backdrop of marble and mahogany. His voice, though trembling, resonated with the chilling truth of his visions. He spoke of the serpent, of its insatiable hunger, of the impending doom. He presented his case, his evidence, the raw, unfiltered terror that clawed at his soul. The courtroom, filled with skepticism and doubt, fell silent. Section 7. A settlement in blood. The judges, their faces etched with concern, deliberated for days. The weight of Elias's testimony, the sheer terror in his eyes, could not be ignored. They knew deep down that he spoke the truth, a truth too terrible to comprehend. Finally, a verdict was reached. A settlement unprecedented in its scope and scale, $14.235 trillion. A number that represented not just money, but the immeasurable value of human life. The price of averting annihilation. Section 8. Echoes of Destruction. The settlement changed everything. Resources were poured into research, into finding a way to stop the serpent, to prevent the visions from becoming reality. But the fear lingered. The world held its breath, waiting for the inevitable. The number, 14.235 trillion, became a symbol of hope, of defiance, of the collective will to survive. But it was also a constant reminder of the serpent, its power, and the fragility of human existence. Section 9. The Unblinking Gaze. Elias Boone, the psychic man, the harbinger of destruction, became a recluse. He retreated from the world, haunted by the echoes of his visions. He knew the fight was far from over. The serpent was out there, its eye fixed on a world teetering on the brink. He closed his eyes, but the visions remained. The serpent's gaze was ever present, a constant reminder that the end could come at any moment. and the world, forever changed, lived in the shadow of the Ouroboros.